What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of In Das Kitchen. I've had a couple people ask me about my process and my equipment, so I'm going to do a quick video about that. Sorry about the quality, it was all shot on my GoPro and without any of my lighting set up. This is going to be a little bit different because I'm doing some bulk chicken breasts that I use for my lunches throughout the week. You can see here that I'm just trimming up some of the fat and stuff off the chicken before I bag them up. Alright, now I have some bags that I pre-cut to size and I'm just sealing one end of them. I don't use the Food Saver brand bags, I just use the cheap ones off of Amazon that are a fraction of the cost, and they work pretty perfect. Now I have one end sealed and I'm rolling the open end over so I could get the chicken in there without having to worry about getting any of the chicken juice on the edge of the bag and messing up the ability to get a good seal after pulling a vacuum on it. Now that I got all the chicken in the bags, I'm just going to pour some olive oil on it and sprinkle some salt and pepper on them. I don't really go crazy with the seasoning at this point because I'll typically season it differently for whatever dish I'm going to be using the chicken for. Alright, now I have them all seasoned and oiled. I'm just going to vacuum and seal them. My vacuum sealer has a gentle setting, and that's what I use for this because I don't want to suck any of the oil out of the bag, and I don't really need a hard vacuum on it, just enough so that the bag is touching all sides of the chicken. Alright, so this is my setup. It was originally intended as a home brewery, but it works perfectly as a sous vide machine. It's a 12-gallon stainless steel pot with a stainless steaming basket that's fitted with a 220-volt heating element that's controlled by a solid-state relay hooked up to a Raspberry Pi. The top knob turns on the whole system, the second one is for the heating element, and the third is for the water circulator. The pump pulls the water off the bottom near the heating element and dumps it up through the top and the T-fitting where there's a thermal well with a thermometer. I figured that way the water's constantly going over that thermal well and I get the most accurate reading that I can. Alright, so the software that I'm using is called Craft Beer Pie and it's fantastic. I'll throw a link in the description if you want to check it out. You just set your temp, you hit the auto button and it brings it up to temp, holds it within half a degree or less, and I've never had any problem except for when I forgot to put the thermometer in the water. That was pretty bad. Cool. 2 hours later, the chicken is good to go, and you could probably get away with even less time, but that's really the beauty of sous vide. The range between undercooked and overcooked is huge. There are plenty of sources online that show you how long and what temp to set your bath to. So at this point, you do what you want with it. Throw a couple in the fridge and a couple in the freezer and have lunch for the week. That's it, guys. I know my setup is pretty wild, but I'm a maker and I wanted to build it. You don't really have to do that. You could go out and find immersion circulators for less than 200 or even $100 now. If you have any questions or anything, be sure to leave them in the comments and like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching it. I'll see you guys next time.